Hey everyone, it's me, Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Just wanted to step in and start putting some little page layouts together. So today's going to be kind of more like a little craft with me as I go. I've kind of planned out what I want on the pages and I'm just going to make it happen. I just was finishing a little butterfly. I believe these butterflies are from the Foxglove kit from Andrea at Artie Mae's. And, you know, I'm just continuing on with my Beautiful Birds kit, also from Andrea, and it is a journal that I had with my little journal group that we've talked about, so I hope you're following along in the series. And I'm just kind of making the journal as I go along on camera. Using Beautiful Birds, Dragonfly Dreams, Butterfly Delight, and obviously the Foxglove kit. So all of these are from Andrea Mae's. Artie Mae's, and her name is Andrea, but she is Artie Amazing. So anyway, I'm just was finishing up my little butterfly by putting some Ceylon cording for the antennas. I like to do that. And I was going to pop him up here on my little corner here. So that's cute, isn't it? I don't know if his little antenna need to be just trimmed just a smidge. And then what I like to do is put stickles on the end for a little bit of shimmer at the tips of the antenna. So I'm just going to try to, I hope I have enough of this green. I'll try to get some of that on there, and I actually think that that is clogged up, which happens. So let me get that undone. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing all right, and I hope that the ladies in the group that we had a little journal event, I hope they're being able to mess around and play in their journals and create some things. But I just wanted to kind of do some little page layouts here, and I've kind of laid them out, and I'm just going to be putting them together. So I'm just going to put my little antenna stickles on the end, and I'm gonna set this aside to dry while we're doing some other things. So we'll do that in a second. Okay, so you can see on this particular layout some of the things I've done. We're going to have a little corner tuck here, and I actually could go ahead and glue that in, so I'm going to do that. I've already inked it and everything. I just took a square and folded it in half, and I'm going to just glue that right up there. So let's get that done. We made paper clips in our last video, so I hope you've had a chance to see that. I'll show you in just one second a few of them that we've made, and that was fun to do. And so I'm just going to be putting this in the corner. I've already edge punched my page, so I've got a pretty edge to my page, and line that up. And then I'm going to open that so I don't glue my page, that part down, and make sure I can get this even. Okay, so there's my little tuck here, my little corner tuck. This, I believe this one was a freebie, if I'm not mistaken. Either a freebie or that one is from Dragonfly Dreams, but for some reason I'm thinking it's a freebie. But anyway, all from Artie Mae's, and freebies are with her little Artie Mae's and Friends Facebook page. So I'm going to sew around these, but this is a page that from the Beautiful Birds that I just cut up and made a little postcard out of. This is from her Butterfly Delight, where I had already made a journal out of this and had some extra pieces left over. I will show you just some of the, you know, little pieces that she includes in some of her kits. tickets, fun ephemera pieces printed out. These have already been sewn around in that beautiful and sweet little dragonfly from her kit, and then the butterfly kit. Just beautiful images. And I had an abundance of them and had them left over, and I already done my, like I say, my sewing around them. So, you know, hold on to those. It's blending with this beautiful birds kit. So I'm just trying to make use of what I have. So I just love that. And I backed it with some coffee dyed grid paper. So that's, I figure, is going to go in there. Also, I have an envelope from her beautiful birds kit, and it's just, you know, I've already cut it out and inked it up and everything like that. What I think I'm going to do is, I've made this pocket. I'm going to just kind of adhere this to here so that when someone opens it up, you know, it will be attached and you can have a little envelope off to the side. Okay, so we're gonna be gluing that down. Let me go in and glue that down and close that envelope up. So I'm gonna do that. And then it's this side. Okay. So I'm just prepping that part. The other thing that I like to do whenever I do hang, if I was just hanging this envelope here, you actually could just glue it, you know, right here, right along this side of the seam, and then, you know, tuck it and just glue it in like that. But what I'm also going to do is I plan on putting a bead of glue right here so that I can form another little pocket here and a little tuck here. So little tuck spots also on that page. So I like to do things like that. So since I'm gonna do that, I think I'm going to double this back right here with coffee dye paper just to make it secure, because you know how I feel about that. I like things to be secure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just put some glue all on this little envelope. Just this flap. And then I'm going to fold it over some coffee dye paper. Nice and secure there, and then that will give me a double thick edge so that it's going to feel nice and secure. And so we'll just cut around that, and we will finish letting that dry, and you can ink it. I'd already inked the envelope, but just to knock off some of the white edge of that paper that I just added. Okay. And then, yeah. And actually, if I just run the bead there, I probably don't have to put another bead down through here. Since I'm going to do one just across here, and that should hold it on. You know, if you're concerned, you know, I could put a little line here. Let me go ahead and do that. That's where that's going to flop over, fold over. I'll just put a small little bead of glue there, and then I'm going to put one horizontally in the center here. And then I'm just going to fold, make sure it's centered pretty well, and just fold that over. And that's all I'm going to do. So we'll let that dry. And then, so we already have these little guys. I know I want those in there, and I'm going to have my butterfly here. And then on this side, I thought it would be fun to add, and I was going to sew it on, but I've already glued that shut, so that's okay. But what I had a little pad from Tuesday mornings, and I just picked that up because I thought that'd be fun to put in some journals. So just some extra little journaling space. So it's like a little calendar, and it says June of 2018. You could leave that on there if you want to. I actually was thinking about putting some washi tape over that just to kind of decorate it. And I know I used this color before in one of my earlier layouts, so I could do that. You know, get your washi tape out and everything like that, and be using it, because I think it does start to get brittle. But I just thought what I would do is cover, you could cover both. I hate to cover that flower up though, that's the only thing. But I could, hate to cover that flower up. I might just, what does that look like? It's still pretty. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but that just, I know it just adds a, or it might look better if I just put it all the way across. Yeah, I think it looks better all the way across. So I'm just going to do that, and that's just going to cover up June 2018. You can leave it there if you want to. It probably doesn't bother some people. It doesn't really bother me, but just to make the journal a little more timeless, and you know, I don't want someone to feel like this is dated, you know what I mean. Like I say, in junk journals it doesn't matter. Anything goes, but I just thought that would be pretty to cover that up, and it still matches. So just gonna do that. It's not something you have to do. Okay. All right, now it's got sticky on the back, so that's good. And I'll just, you know, adhere that there. Like I say, I had thought of sewing it on, and if I feel like I need to, I could just glue it on. But you could flip that up and have a little extra journaling space. So we'll just see how that goes. I just thought that was fun. And now I've got myself a nice little pocket. So now I thought it would be neat to tuck maybe a little music. I wanted to do a little stamp there. And what else did I want to put? Thought about my little bee, but this, I might make another one of these because I'm going to put this on another layout on another page. So let's do our little music note. I thought that was appropriate. I'm going to stamp that out. And yeah, so let me just put my journal just to the side while I do that, because I don't want to get black ink on it. Put that over there. So I'm just going to stamp my little music here. Oh, that's pretty. And I think what I'll do is I think I'll give it enough space and just freehand my cutting, because I'm going to trim it down a little bit more. But my big trimmer is in there on the table, so I don't want to do anything there. So what I was going to do was fold this over and just kind of create a little journaling spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it lined up with this edge here. This is not even on this side, but I'm going to even it up. And then I thought I would fold it the rest of the way. And we'll just fold it there. Okay, so this is going to go up in that like that, and that's going to fold down. And then I'm going to take my little table trimmer and trim that out just a little bit here. So, yeah. Even that up. Yep. I thought that was cute. Just an extra little journaling spot. And it looks like I got some of my black ink on it. So I think what I'm going to do is put a little dab of my gesso to kind of get rid of that. I do that a lot. I get my ink all over everything and then I have to go in and repair it. So, and I could actually do my inking, and then I'll have, a fun little area to journal, and I can put this, just tuck this right in here. Okay, I'm not going to go all the way down with it because my glue is probably not all the way glued down yet. Or I could tuck it, do my little tuck down here. Okay, so I thought that would be cute. I'm just going to tuck it in this pocket for right now while we wait for things to dry. The other thing you can do is Andrea has, I know I've shown you in the last video, especially this wonderful, some of her printing out that she has. I'm going to put this somewhere else in another area, but I wanted to make one for this. So this little yellow bird, those are cute right there. So I am going to cut that out. I could, honestly, instead of putting paper behind it like I did that one, I could just cut this out because I think this is kind of like a little booklet. So let's do that. But just using up her ephemera that she puts into the kits for us. And it's all of these little things that I do my gathering on to help me, find fun little elements to put into my journals. And then that one. Get rid of those. Get my inking. I think that's some sorry silk thread. And then we'll just fold this over. And then you've got this cute little booklet. And then you can just tuck that there. So, and now we've done that. So the other thing that I wanted to kind of create is I wanted to do I'm going to do a collage. I'm going to collage that. So before I do that, I've made this. So I took one of her fun little elements that I just did, and I actually backed it onto some pattern paper and made like a little booklet out of that. And I just thought that was so cute. And so here I have one of my little poems, and I'm going to, it's a Trees poem by Joyce Kilmer, and I got to read it to you because, you guys, this is probably one of the best poems out there you could ever have. And I know most of you probably know about it and have heard about it, but it's always wonderful to go back and read something like this. But it says, I think that I shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. If that doesn't speak to you, I don't know what to say. Anyway, I'm going to edge punch this, and then I'm going to glue this beautiful poem on here, and I will be sewing around this to finish it out. So, but let me go ahead and just get my little trimmer, and I'm going to do it off camera so I can go straight into my little trash can here. I just wanted a pretty little edge. And gosh, it's so funny how my little paper trimmers don't work, or stuff doesn't work when I'm on camera. But anyway, we'll fix it. That's how real crafting can be, and you just got to roll with the punches. So see how it kind of left a ratty edge? I think I probably need to sharpen that. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go out. That's what I have to do. I follow the creases a little bit and just try to trim it up when it doesn't cut right. It's real sad when your favorite little cutters don't cut the best, because you know they can be so pretty when they work just right. But anyway, sometimes the texture of the paper or the thickness of the paper will affect that. Now I have like little pieces. So anyway, and then of course, you know, you'll do your inking, which I will do that off camera, because I'm really trying to make my my videos faster for you, because I'm just trying to throw some little layouts together. I gather things together and just wanted to show you how I put them together, what I have in mind for it. And if it gives you any good inspiration, then that is wonderful as well, or some new ideas. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, just like that. Okay, I thought I had another idea, but then it went away. Did you see how fast that idea flew away from me? In my brain and then gone that fast. So then I'll just try to center that as best I can, and then I'll come in and sew that. So I'll let that dry and then I will sew it. But what I was going to do on here was I was just going to tuck that up at the top like that and that. But then what I also wanted to do was put a tree stamp down here. I thought that would be pretty. So let's do that, okay? And for me to do that, I'm going to pull this out and just move my other pages to the side. And get this inked up. So, and I think I'm gonna put it down in that little corner. Ink this good. I just thought a pretty little tree would be pretty with that poem. And gosh, our trees are filled with wonderful little singing, chirping birds all over the place. So if you go outside and just listen, it's so peaceful, just listening to all the birds and all the activity. So I'm just going to put this probably just like down here in the corner. Just make sure I have it a good imprint, which I do. Thankfully, I'm going to put this back up here. And I'll kind of let that dry. I could pop a little air on it. Let me pop a little air on that so I don't smear it. Alrighty, and then I will bring the rest of my journal back over. Put that there. That is one of the reasons I don't like to sew my journals in right away, because I like to be able to move the pages around. And if you wanted to stamp something, it makes it a whole lot easier to stamp rather than having to stamp on the whole bulk of this. So that's why I like to do that. Okay, and so then you will have these two little journal spots that you can journal on, and with that beautiful little poem there. And then I will just paper clip these up here like that, and I just thought that would be a pretty little layout. Okay, and then that beautiful image on her pages, her journal pages, and then that cute little bird there from her ephemera. Okay, so now let's go ahead for this layout. Let's go ahead. I've cut a napkin. I just have to decide. I've already backed my guest check, and I just have to make a decision as to what image I want on my guest check. I do sell these guest checks in my my shop, The Paper Soul, on Etsy, and I always like to back them with coffee dye paper, and it just gives it a really nice feel to it, sturdy feel to it. So Here is a napkin that has just beautiful, really pretty, and I thought that'd be pretty on that yellow pattern paper as a background. So, you know, I could just do the flowers. So I'm just gonna cut this down the middle and cut this side. We'll put that aside for later. And let's see, let's get our, well, I gotta decide which way to do it. I think I'm just gonna cut, I'm gonna cut kind of like this and just kind of do that. And then I'm going to kind of fussy cut around these flowers. I actually think I'll do it like that. I think I'm just gonna do it like that. So that'll be pretty. So now I can like pull these extra layers off. Okay, so I have my little pieces cut out, and now I'm just gonna get my brush and my Mod Podge and make this quick. And I will be sewing around this as well. So I'm really just gonna have this like that. And so when I get it where I want it, sometimes I'll just get it going with the glue, with the Mod Podge, and then just let it down and paint the rest of it on like that. And then come over to this side and get the rest. Cute. Okay. And then this kind of wanting to tear on me, but that's okay. And then, because it doesn't have to be perfect, I'll do this one. And so I'll put that as far down as I can, and then I'm going to lift that up and just kind of get the majority of that going. And I'm getting it right on the edge. And a little here on this side. And there we have that. And then trim that off. Okay. This is like wanting to pop up here. And there you have that. So just a pretty little guest check there. I'm going to put this in some water, so I'll be right back. Okay. So you can add other things to this, like some stenciling to it if you want to add just a little extra interest, which I could easily do. So let's do our evergreen bough, and I'll just put, I think I'll do my swirl. Let's do my little swirl a little bit. So right through here. Whoop. That just adds some extra interest there, and I'll probably put a little bit here. Just on some of the white spaces there. And that just adds a little extra there. And you could come in and you could use this color, or you could use your vintage brown color. And like I say, I'm going to be sewing around these elements, and I usually do my sewing at the very end. So once I get all my little cards and tags and everything made up, that's when I usually do my sewing. That way everything is nice and dry and everything. So then this is what this will look like in this layout. Okay, so you'll turn the page and then you will have that there, and then you're going to have that pretty little poem with a pretty tree that's been stamped. Now back over to here. This is probably dry now, so I might tuck that one there and then kind of have that one there. Or you can even, you know, stick it there. Have that little bird sticking out. And then my little butterfly, I don't know if these are dry yet, but I'm going to just kind of glue him right here. And I just thought that would be really pretty. And I may, yeah, I'll glue him all the way down because I have that little piece of paper on the back. So I'll just go on and glue him all the way down. Sometimes you can leave the wings popped up, and that's always cute. And that. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of put him like that on my little flip out. Okay. And so there we have, that's how I would do a layout, okay? I could come in and do more stenciling that I have done over here, or I could just leave it that way. You don't have to stencil everything. It's just whatever you want to do. Then you have that. And then what I will end up doing is putting a pretty lace right here. So I'll just put a little lace right there, and that'll be pretty, and finish that off. And so you've got that, and then you have this little collaged guest check and this little area here. So I'm going to stop the video at this so you can just kind of see how I've put these little pages together. And please stay tuned for my next installment, because I'm going to keep working through this journal, and we'll keep putting pages together, and you'll see how a journal will come together. So I hope everyone's doing okay. If you've not subscribed, please do so. I want to thank everyone who has supported me and left wonderful comments. I cannot tell you how much it means to me. You also can subscribe and then hit the little bell icon, which will give you a notification every time I release a journal. I mean, every time I release a journal video. How's that? Yeah. And every time I release a journal also. So anyway, y'all take care, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.